Hello and welcome to Speed Force Racing, and welcome to League versus League, the one-off league, one-off SFR versus URL. I'm Lord JB13, but you can know me as Jack tonight, and I'm joined with John. Hello, John.
Hello.
How are we?
I'm good, thank you.
That's brilliant. So, one-off race between URL around Bahrain, between URL and SFR. How ready are you?
I'm ready for this.
It's going to be a good race. Before we go through the drivers' teams, I just want to mention that this weather is going to be on dynamic, but around Bahrain, so we won't have the curse of bringing Speed Force rain everywhere. Right, so let's go through the teams. So, in the Mercedes for Speed Force, we have Gamey Things.
In the Mercedes for URL, we have the new URL champion, DG Nanu.
That's brilliant. He'll put up a good fight tonight. In the Ferrari for Speed Force, we have Fletcher Boy.
For URL, in the Ferrari, we have Raikkonen 13.
In the Red Bull, the current championship leader of Speed Force Racing, Techno Thriller.
For URL racing in the Red Bull, we have Ali Mundine.
In the Williams, we have Ramovich, the fastest man in SFR.
For Williams in URL, we've got Zismister.
In the Force India, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Nightwalker 2014.
For Force India in URL, we've got M. Doran 09.
In the Renault, the sole Renault driver at this point in time, Lee Nell.
And should be representing URL, should be Twist Royalty, but doesn't seem like he's going to be here tonight.
Which is very unfortunate. For Toro Rosso, we have Humbug.
And also in the Toro Rosso for URL, we've got Luke Smilewalker 88.
In the Haas, we have Chopper.
And in the Haas as well, we've got Garfield 86.
In the McLaren, Blood and Sands.
And also in the McLaren, we've got Coming to Get You 85.
And rounding out the grid for Speed Force Racing, we have the 10th driver, Racing Podge, in the Sauber.
And also in the Sauber, we have Ian Salida 1978.
It's brilliant. It's a packed grid, except for one driver that unfortunately we are missing. So, qualifying around this track, it's going to be interesting to see what strategies everyone goes for. Obviously, right now there's no threat of rain at all. But how do you feel coming to this event if you were, say, driving for URL? You're coming into a foreign league, and there's now going to be 9 of you versus the 10 drivers.
For the drivers representing URL, you just got to just do what you've done throughout the season in URL. You've got all your drivers that you know in there with you, and obviously you've got 10 other drivers you don't know of, but just do what you normally do, and that's it really.
Yeah. Especially, so we should add on how you win this event. How you win this event is all of the drivers from each league's points will be tallied up, and the league with the most points at the end of the tally will have won the race. So we won't know. We'll know who wins the race, but we won't know who's won the actual event until afterwards, because my maths are goddamn awful.
My maths are alright.
So do you want to try and work it out on the fly as we get to the end screen?
I'd rather not. It'd probably take me a bit of time, but I'll have a go.
Well, we can always make predictions off what we see. So it's 1:15 now. So let's go into spectate mode, and let's see what the drivers can do. It's going to be a very tight qualifying session. Definitely will be. But we're going to be heading down towards the track soon, and it's going to be first the drivers will have to choose which tyre compounds they can bring, the balanced or the softer or harder, and the choice is quite difficult depending on what strategy you want to go for in a race. I'm not sure if the one stop is possible, but from what I've heard, it is. So we're going to see how many drivers will go for that one stop, and how many will go for say the two stop. Which would you go for, John?
But it just depends really. I think what position you are. If you're in the first four, you might be able to do a one stop. But I think if you're going to be in a battle with 4 to 5 cars, two stops going to have to be the one, because your tyres are going to be absolutely, like, completely shredded.
Yeah, they'll definitely take a lot of pounding around here, and DRS is going to be powerful. And something I've had, I definitely had it in USA, though it didn't affect me in the race. I had a DRS fault, so obviously my DRS wouldn't open. But DRS is such a big thing around this track. It's going to be interesting to see if somebody were to present that issue, how they would deal with it, attempting to overtake or defend.
Yeah, especially I think coming up to turn 1 as well. That will be key as well.
Yeah, it definitely will be. This track is going to be difficult to overtake on. It is very much a single file track, as the racing line goes almost everywhere. But it's going to be interesting how many drivers are going to go out for early laps as well before the sun gets quite dim. Ooh, better skip that.
I think the only key opportunities you get to overtake is obviously where the second DRS zone is, along the back straight and down by the pit straight as well.
That's a fair shout.
Unless some people can overtake towards where, up by the end of sector 1, where it goes into like a little S sort of shape. Some people do run a little bit wide there, so you could get the opportunity to get in front of the driver. You
could. I've just set up my settings, so I've got the best tyres, the current tyres fitted. Once people have gone out on their laps, I will switch it back to the best lap fitted. So we know. So then we know what tyres they were on their best lap, no, contradicting whatever tyre they're on now. A few drivers already coming out on track.
Compound.
Pardon?
I'm keeping it on the tyre compounds. I can see what tyres everyone's on.
It's a good shout there, sir. So we see Techno Thriller's already come out on track. See if we can find out who came out on track down here. We see Zismister is out on track on the Super Softs. Funny enough, he's
out as well.
Luke Smilewalker. Let's give him some airtime on the Inventora also. Coming out very slowly. Keep the tyres as less wet as possible. Coming out to start this lap, which is going to be interesting because this track I've had quite high tyre wear around here, so it'd be interesting to see if they DJ Nanu's currently on the mediums.
I was just about to say that as well.
Someone's lost it. Who's that? Is it a Red Bull?
I'll try and find out who it's. Techno Thriller.
Techno, so World Championship leader in Speed Force, has just lost it pretty heavily on camera as well. He's not going to be happy about that. That's just pushing too hard on cold tyres, that is. You can really see who the confident drivers are right now. They're coming out later in the session. These guys, they might be confident, but I think they might be still worried about still just like a little bit worried about how they're going to qualify.
And Nightwalker's out on the softs at the minute.
Oh, let's find him and let's give him some airtime because we can.
And just as we speak as well, what you said about 2 minutes ago, DG Nanu is out on the mediums. So it'd be interesting what lap time he sets on the mediums.
It will be Humbug also on the mediums. So two completely different drivers on the mediums. One who is just taken, I think, he's just taken the championship lead from he's taken the championship crown from Coming to Get You, hasn't he?
Yeah, he just has.
Oh, Nightwalker not happy with the setup to his lap, seeing it in his A. Oh, he's not happy about that. He's coming into the pits. See Racing Podge out on his out lap. No, sorry, timed lap. Or out lap. I can't work it out anymore. Let's go on board with Atkins. Give him some airtime, seeing as he's coming down towards corner 2 or corner 3 even.
There's a lot of drivers heading back into the pits, so obviously just seeing what their setups are like, and Humbug is now out on the mediums.
Humbug coming out. That's interesting. I would personally, coming to this Grand Prix with my experience around this track, I would have completely ignored the medium tyres. And I've gone for a one-stop or a two-stop involving the softs and the super softs. Probably qualifying on the softs if I had the pace, then go into the super softs later in the race.
I'm just watching DG Nanu. He's on a time lap now, coming up towards the end of sector 1. And his sector 1 time is going to be... Ooh, we lost it a little bit there. It's a 28.9.
Okay, Luke Smile taking the fastest lap already. Well, Techno Thriller stealing that away by quite a margin. Techno Thriller going fastest right now with a 1:29.1, narrowly being missed out by Garfield, who was on a 1:29.6. Ali Montine goes for a 1:30.6, and Luke Smilewalker rounding out the current timed guys with a load more just put up their times. Mostly URL drivers right now with placer times, but SFR drivers still leading the charge on the super soft tyres. Let's head down to Racing Podge.
The SFR drivers are just taking their time, making sure everything's spot on.
Definitely, they won't want to go straight into this because tyre wear is king around here. If you lose too much tyre wear, you're Racing Podge narrowly beating Ali Montine and Gaming Things. He's just set his time lap. Someone else has just jumped up, and I'm not sure who it has been.
DG Nanu's just gone 9th with a 1:32.4. on the medium.
That's interesting. I don't think that's going to be top 10 worthy speed though. Time, judging by the fact that we have a few more soft runners coming out. There's Raikkonen here in the Ferrari with his Bumblebee-like helmet. There's Renault helmet. I believe he drives a Renault. He drove a Renault in season 4, didn't he? Of Speed for URL.
Who are we talking about?
Raikkonen.
I
Believe he drove a Renault at least.
can't remember which car he was in now.
I'm stretching John's brain right here, aren't I?
I think it was a Renault, yeah, I think it was.
I think Raikkonen does like I do. He likes to have the car match the helmet.
Yeah, he was, because he was Luke Smilewalker's teammate, I remember now.
Yeah. As you know, as you can probably guess, is that we're not doing URL teammates with URL drivers. For instance, we're having one SFR driver teammates with one URL driver to make it fair. So no like team coordination.
Ramoverge is out on his outlap.
Oh, the man who could win the championship, but I'm just on board here with Nightwalker, the man, the myth, the legend, as I entered. As I call him coming to this race. He's soft tyre. So I'm predicting the perfect line. I'm predicting 9th down at the current rate.
Just quickly going back to DG Nanu, he's now in 5th. He's done a 1:30.2 on the mediums. On the
medium tyres. See, I think that might be low top 10 right now, as we have a fair few drivers coming out on the super soft tyres, including Coming to Get You right now, and Blood and Sands. Coming to Get You hasn't left the pits yet. Blood and Sands is currently on track. I believe he's just ahead of Nightwalker here. So Nightwalker going to be getting a distant tow from Blood and Sands. Nothing major, nothing like drastic like on the 2016 game. Nightwalker not taking it very gingerly coming through that final corner. Oh no, he's pissing.
All the drivers left to not set a lap time. You've got 2 drivers from URL that have not set a lap time yet, and all the rest are from SFR.
I've just been given a message, which I won't read the full contents out on stream, but it has appeared that M. Doran did block Nightwalker on his lap. So that's something you don't want to do. Back on board with Raikkonen though, who still hasn't set a lap time. Not invalidated it as this far. So Raikkonen coming down to finish the lap. He's followed quite a bit on the curb there, which is going to slow him down quite a bit. And he goes 5th ahead of DJ Nanu. So ahead of the championship lead, ahead of the world champion in URL. And Ramovaj goes second, so right now it's a 1-2 for SFR, which is absolutely gleaming. Sorry, little bit biased there, but we have 3 minutes 30 left of the session. Ramovaj has retired, thinking he's not going to be able to do any more on those tyres. Is that a shout you would have taken there, John?
It's a risk, but he's obviously confident enough. But what
Definitely
I was going to say is, coming to get you and Lee Nell have not come out of the pits whatsoever yet.
They're very confident on their tyres then. They're very confident on their strategies. Fletcher Boy out on their lap right now. I'm following an out lap for Garfield right now, as we've not given him any time yet.
Just coming out, and so is Lee Nell. They must have just heard me say about them still being in the pits, and they've decided to come out of the pits now.
No, listening on the stream. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Obviously, Coming to Get You has raced in this league before. Won his first 2 races by quite a margin. I think Spa was his second race. I'm not sure if he's raced since. To be honest, I haven't taken much notice in who's racing, as I haven't come across them. Garfield currently out on the super soft tyres. So many drivers probably thinking that the strategy that a 2-stop is the fastest strategy. You can see quite a chunk of them as well going for the soft tyres, saying that the 1-stop is still faster. So it's going to be interesting.
I'll tell you what's going to be interesting, I think, for most of the SFR drivers is tonight they're using a card that they're not using at this current season in the actual league race. So it'd be interesting if they've had to change their setup from the league race at this one to tonight's race.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if also mentally coming in, driving a different car all affects people. I know personally, I normally do most of my practice in the same car that I drive, due to the fact that I want to know exactly what the car will look like in the situation that I'll put myself in. But I know that most drivers that won't affect them, but just a note is that Garfield is driving his league car, and I think M. Doran's driving his league car as well from URL. I'm not sure if any of the SFR drivers are actually driving, and Chopper goes third for a brilliant lap on the soft tyres. And Fletcher Boy takes pole on another brilliant lap by on the soft tyres, just edging out Techno Thriller, who's on the super soft tyres.
I'll tell you what, this final minute, this top 10 order is going to change completely.
Fletcher Boy has retired. He thinks he's done enough. The top 4, except for Techno Thriller, believe it or not. M. Doran shatters that by going a 1:28.8.
Yeah, this is definitely going to change the final 30 seconds coming up.
Gamey thinks retiring down in 13th, but he's not had the qualifying he wanted. Let's go on board with Coming to Get You, coming round the lap. He's in the McLaren. He locks up coming into that into the difficult left-hander. Techno Thriller goes faster with a 1:28.843. So that's what, 20 thousandths of a second quicker? This is absolutely brilliant stuff. Coming to Get You, still coming round towards this tricky bit.
Third.
Garfield taking third. Fletcher Boy, Ramovaj and Chopper all feeling a bit of egg on their face for retiring so early with 3, 2, 1 seconds, and that's qualifying over. This is the lap that everyone has to finish. If they're on track, this is it.
At the minute. Last corner.
Nightwalker is not qualified up there. Sorry, I've not looked. Here goes Coming to Get You. Where is Dave going to qualify? Qualifying goes 8th place, not where we expected him to be.
Nightwalker's round the last corner.
See if I can swap onto him quick enough. He's coming. Oh, he's coming to the pits. Oh, that's 19th place for the league owner in SFR. That's not where he wants to be at all. It seems that that being put off by his teammate M. Doran has not done him any favours. Techno Thriller is on a fast lap still, by the looks of it. He's rode the curve quite a bit. He's down 2 tenths though. Techno Thriller has retired now. M. Doran is in the pits too. Garfield is pushing by the looks of it. He's got a flashing fuel light coming through the yellow flag sector where Techno Thriller has retired. DJ Nanu in 6th is the only driver. He's jumped ahead of Chopper right now.
So what you said a little while ago for Ramovaj only doing 1 lap.
Yeah, it's not paid off, has it?
No, it hasn't.
That's a shame for the man who could still win the championship. And Garfield takes it. Oh, by 0.02 of a second. Or is it 0.02 of a thousandth of a second? The only driver we're waiting on right now is M. Doran, who's in the pits. The rest of them have finished the lap, so I'm going to stay on board with Garfield as he is our pole sitter. So right now, unless there's any 5-place grid penalties for contact, it's Garfield ahead of Techno Thriller, M. Doran in 3rd, and Fletcher Boy in 4th. 5th is Ramavaj ahead of the new champion in URL, DJ Nanu, who's in 6th. 7th place is Chopper. Zusmuster is in 8th. Coming to get you is in 9th. Raikimi is finishing out the top 10. 11th is Racing Podge, 12th is Humbug, 13th is Lee Now, 14th is Ali Montine, 15th Luke Smywalker, 16th Gamey Things, Ian Sandula is 17th, Blood and Sands 18th, and Nightwalker without a time, unfortunately, in 19th.
Well, that was an interesting quali.
It definitely was, and it's going to. Oh, there's been contact between Humbug and Garfield on the cooldown lap. Obviously, that's just the AI controlled cars, as they've both finished. But that's that's quite interesting just to see a wrecked Toro Rosso in the middle of the road. It's definitely thrown up this questioning how many people pushed really hard on their tyres.
It will do, yeah. But I think also as well, for these drivers that are not in the top 10, they get to start on fresh tyres.
Definitely that's quite a good shout there. To be honest, I don't know if formation lap is on, so this should be interesting.
But one position I like to be, if I'm not in the top 10, I like to be 11th, because then you know the car in front of you has got worn tyres, so it gives you that good opportunity. Any lower than, if you start like 12th, 13th, 14th, you've got to try and work your way through like people that have got fresh tyres. But at least starting 11th, you've just got the ones in front of you that have got worn tyres, which is the position I like to be in.
That's definitely a good shout. So right now, another message from our Lord and Master Nightwalker. He's saying he's trying to play the long game, so that's why he didn't set a time. Going to cut through that, so I don't get us all yelled at by FOM. So coming into this race, I think the top 3 are currently on super soft tyres. So with the super softs, they're gotta do a 2-stop race.
I think one thing as well, I've noticed that in the last few races in Speed Force, is the undercut sometimes works.
It definitely does, and both you and me haven't been here for Speed Force to do Bahrain, so we don't know how the Speed Force drivers performed around there.
So it'll be interesting, those top 4 or 5 drivers, of knowing when they're going to pit.
It is going to be interesting. See, many people are ready. DJ Nanu, Ramavaj, and Lee Nell, out of a few of them, are already ready. But another thing interesting is Nightwalker going to go on the medium tyres from the start? Because he didn't set a time.
I'd start on the softs if it was me. You
Here we go.
Lose too much time.
Oh, 2 lights, 3 lights. Sorry to cut you off there, John. 5 lights, and away we go. And they're going, they're racing. Garfield's got a good start, so's Techno Thriller. Coming down into turn 1, coming to get you, we've got Zeusmister already. Oh, Techno going very aggressive over to the other side of the track. But there's that's Fletcher Boy there in the Ferrari. Oh, that's a spinning Red Bull, but he's still going.
That was Techno Thriller, had a little spin there with, I believe it was DJ Nanu, I think.
It looks like it. Techno Thriller and DJ Nanu going. DJ Nanu wanting to make an overtake there on that Red Bull. He's not happy being stuck behind that. M. Doran has dropped down. Sector 1, can you find out what's happened now? I believe it's Luke Smywalker and Lee Nell have had an issue.
I'll go down to it now quickly.
It coming to get you is past Ramavaj now. Coming down into this race, this is all going to be interesting. Garfield protecting his lead currently from Fletcher Boy. Fletcher Boy is catching him though. See a lot of overtakes. Sector 2 yellow flag now. I believe Raikimi might have spanned just off what I can see on the time changes, on the position changes. Still within a 10th the gap.
Gamey Things has made 7 positions already. He's in P9.
So I'm just going to put these all up. There we go. So that's brilliant. Gamey Things having a good start on the medium tyres too.
It was a Sauber, went wide there. Trying to see which one it was. It was Racing Podge.
Racing Podge, unfortunately, having that incident. So coming down onto the end of the final lap, Garfield retains his pole position, but now with Fletcher Boy ahead of Techno Thriller and DJ Nanu. But it looks like there's going to be an overtake. Gamey Things now drops down to 14th. He must have had an issue himself. Dropping down, there's a McLaren going for an overtake. By the looks of it, it's... No, he's not paid off. Gamey Things in the pits. Is that wing damage?
To me, it looks like it, yeah.
I'm going to pull off the leaders for a second and go have a look down at this McLaren and coming to get you and Ramovich battle. Ramovich goes for the overtake. Both of them locking up a little bit slow off the apex from Ramovich. Coming to get you, not enjoying being stuck on his rear wheel there. Again, coming round.
The things is on the mediums, but on my screen it's showing him on the supers.
Well, I'll have a look in a moment. That might still be a glitch. I assume he's on the mediums due to where we are currently in the race. Coming down, there's a second 1.1 second gap between Fletcher Boy and Garfield. We knew that was going to happen due to the fact that Garfield is on those super soft tyres. Ramovich is now hunting after Chopper.
4 tenths behind Fletcher.
4 tenths behind Fletcher, is he? Oh yeah, Techno Thriller. Techno Thriller, the car number 4 Red Bull going after number 6 Ferrari. I like memorising numbers in this game.
M. Doran is right behind DG Nanu.
I'm going to swap back down to M. Doran, and then we're going to see, is there going to be league orders now? Are they going to say, okay, let me go ahead because I'm quicker right now? Garfield goes quicker. It's only the second lap, so it's still going to be him. M. Doran going for the overtake. DJ Nano pulling to the inside early. M. Doran still following him. M. Doran going around the long way round. Has he got him? In the braking zones, he's just a nose ahead. Little bit of contact, I believe, but he's shoved him out the way, and M. Doran passes the URL champion. He's coming back though with him. Is he going to make sure he gets past? Oh, they're going tooth and nail now. This is playing into Chopper's hands right now. Chopper is coming behind in the Haas. They're not going to try and go 2 by 2 through the S's, which is brilliant work. Brilliant driving from these 2 URL drivers. No team orders whatsoever. He goes down the inside. There's a little bit of contact there. Tyre rubbing. And this is now Chopper is in the battle. Oh, I'm going to lose my breath.
And I'll just looking down the field a bit.
He's hit the contact there. Chopper has lost his front wing on the back of M. Doran. Sorry to interrupt you there, John. But DJ Nano going for a wider line. Now Ramovich is coming past. Ramovich has passed Chopper. Chopper getting out of the way due to the fact he is damaged. He has to pit this lap. Quite a hefty piece of damage too. DJ Nano now offline, trying to go for the position again. But Ramovich all over the back of him now. John, what were you looking at while I take a breath?
I'm trying to remember which drivers it was. It was on turn 1. I was just watching.
I'm going to have to interrupt you again. Ramovich going for the overtake round the outside. He doesn't make it through. I'm interrupting you all over the place, John. I do apologise.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
A horrible camera angle there on Ramovich. So DJ Nanu and Ramovich both with DRS, so cancel each other out. Ramovich going for the overtake, goes around the long way round. Has he got the overtake done? No, he hasn't. Not at this moment. Double lock up there from Ramovich. Chopper going straight on at turn 1 by the looks of it. Yeah, coming to get you has got past Chopper now. Oh god, these drivers fighting tooth and nail right now. Chopper, I think there's a big train of contact. Ramovich looking for a place to overtake. He can't make that overtake on the URL champion right now.
I'll tell you, there's a lovely battle down the back here. It's between 15th, 16th and 17th. My god, there's a massive battles down here. You've got 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th, all together.
If Ramovich can't make it past Nanu down this little DRS straight, I will swap down to have a look at them. But Nanu is now going to have DRS again, and same with what's your name, Ramovich. They're both coming down with Racing Podge getting a stop-go penalty for exceeding track limits. Sector 2, what's happened in Sector 2? Is that a spinning driver? Sector 2 still on board now with Ramovich. He can't make it past. There's a slow car ahead of it. It's M. Doran right now. Well, not slow car, but not massively quick. He's dropped back from Ramovich and Racing Podge? No, Ramovich and Nanu. Anything interesting happening down the grid?
Yeah, the battle I'm still watching. You've got Humbug, Luke Smilewalker, Blood and Sands, Lee Nell as well. I've got to add in that battle as well. So you've got between 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th all in a battle together.
Oh, Ramovich going
past.
past the Mercedes of DJ Nanu. He makes it past again, slow off the apex. Nanu is not going to like that, but he's sitting in the middle of a track. Nanu coming down the inside. Nanu with a lower drag setup, which is going to protect him on the straights. But I think Ram has just got that done.
Lee Nell's pitted for mediums.
That's interesting. Racing Podge is now on the super soft tyres. Why has he done that? We have no idea. He's in the pits as well, serving a stop-go penalty. This is going to be interesting. He's now on the soft tyres. Yes, that's a good... you know, none of these pit stops now are going to make you to the end. Possibly the mediums. But you see Nightwalker just driving quietly. Just driving quietly in 16th place. Has got him all the way up into 14th place, not 14th, 16th place. I do apologise. Chopper now with his damaged wing is trying to get on the back of
Racing Podges on mediums.
Racing Podges now on the medium tyres. So
yeah,
that's interesting. Coming to get you, locking up a bit now. See Chopper coming close to you. I'm actually going to swap up back to the leaders because by the looks of it, Fletcher Boy's very close to the back of Garfield. They're both Garfield imploring another technique for defending, which is pulling to the inside of the track off the racing line. Fletcher Boy is getting close.
Going up the back of Ramovich.
Is there any damage? Oh, Fletcher Boy going for the lead, but he hasn't made a position.
Going side by side.
Nanu again.
Nanu's got the inside line.
Oh, tyre banging there. That's interesting because URL rules is that you need to leave a car's width between two drivers, and right now I don't believe Nanu's doing that. He's not enjoying being stuck behind Ram, is he?
Oh, I've only just gone on.
Oh, chase for the lead! Fletcher Boys goes past Garfield as Garfield loses some traction, sliding off the track a little bit. But Fletcher Boy on those soft tyres is now further ahead. Is now set up for a good race. Garfield getting very close, pushing him along towards the DRS straight, which is brilliant. But is Fletcher Boy going to be able to hold it onto it now he's in clear air? Because he hasn't been clear air all race. Is he pulling away still from Garfield? Let's see. John, what are you looking at?
I'm just going to... The same battle as what you're doing at me. I'm just keeping an eye on that battle because I think soon Garfield might have to go into pit.
That's interesting. Lap 7 right now. Coming to get you has got past Nanu. So Nanu's lost a load of time. Nanu must have damage because he's now dropped behind Chopper.
Yeah, no, I think he hit the back of coming to get it because I just saw a little bit of his front wing come off.
Sector 2 and 3, going to swap down to Nanu. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a spinning Mercedes. That's Nanu. That's not brilliant. His wing is knackered. The only course of action now is to go onto those super soft tyres. Is go onto the medium tyres. Going back on board with Fletcher Boy. He's having a fight now coming to turn 1. This is brilliant. 2x2. A little bit of a choreographed slide between the two of them. But him and Zusmus are in the pits now, going for an early stop. So you see the Haas and the Ferrari going side by side, but Fletcher Boy holding it on, more confident on those soft tyres than Garfield as of yet.
This mist has come out. I'm hoping it's the right tyres on my screen on the super softs.
It's saying super softs on my screen too.
And DG Nanu is coming out on the mediums.
That's a good shout for Nanu. Now he can possibly make it to the end. It might be a bit tight from now, but it's going to be difficult. He's now dropped behind a lot of slower cars. Run through the order in a minute. Can you have a look at Luke Smilewalker just for a moment? He's down in 11th place on the back of Humbug.
Right, I've got him on now.
He's pretty close, actually. I might swap there as well.
He's going to have DRS. Hopefully he got a good exit coming out of there. But Humbug seems to be pulling away a little bit.
These are teammates as well. Humbug... Raikimi is a 3-second warning, 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Luke Smilewalker losing time off there. Let's go back up to the leaders because now, no. Once I remember how to work the system, Garfield stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
And Techno Thriller's in as well, and M.
Techno Thriller, M. Doran, so all of the super soft runners in the top 10 are in. So that leaves most of the soft runners out on the track. So this is brilliant. This is playing into the hands of the soft runners, as they are going to be able to get a bigger undercut on their cars, on them, than on the guys who were going for the early stops now. Garfield's still in the pit lane. Garfield now with that stop-go penalty, if he makes another stop, is going to be crucial. If he can break 5 seconds away from everyone else.
The only problem for Garfield now is he's got Blood and Sand, Techno Thriller as well, all behind him. So it's going to take him a bit of a while to get his tyres up to temperature.
It is Techno Thriller on the soft tyres as well. So Techno going for a 2-stop strategy. He'll probably go super softs, then supers again. So the red tyres, the yellow tyres, then the red tyres again. If you're not familiar with the tyres.
Nanu's back in the pits.
Nanu again in the pits. Can you have a look to see if that was due to damage?
He's gone on softs. I'm not. I don't think it was damage because I just saw him sort his front wing out. So I'm not too sure if it was damage or not.
Techno Thriller understeering off the track now, playing into the hands of Blood and Sand. So Nat McLaren, quiet driver, brilliant driving from him to currently be in 11th place. He's going to be able to get through on these. He's not going to go to the end of these tyres. He's definitely going to be stopping another time for possibly super stops.
Luke Smilewalker's over the back of Humbug again. So
I'd like to know what numbers he's running. Number 10 on the Luke Smile car. So he's running Pierre Gasly's car against, not sure what number Humbug is right now. I think he's 93. Oh, Luke Smilewalker into the pits along with Ian. That's going to promote Garfield up to 7th place. Oh, Smilewalker didn't slow down in time because he was following a car. Probably just extra speed that he wasn't focusing on.
Trying to see what tyres these have all got. Ian is on... Oh, half these drivers have got stop goes. Ian's on the softs. Luke Smilewalker.
Looks like he's on the softs to me.
Softs as well.
Okay, that's brilliant. So you see Techno Thriller now hunting down Garfield. If he can nail these sectors, he's going to be right up behind him. He's very close to him because Garfield's being slowed down now by Humbug. So this is a SFR sandwich right now, sandwiching the URL driver of Garfield, coming down towards this corner. Garfield looking to take an overtake. Oh, Techno bouncing over the curbs. DRS. This is going to be a triple, a 2-man overtake, 3 wide, briefly 2 wide. Currently looking to be 3 wide. Is he going to make the move? Humbug gets out the way, and Techno Thriller and Garfield pass for 4th and 7th. For 4th and 7th? 6th and 7th now on the standings. But Garfield now having to defend massively on those medium tyres from Techno Thriller on the soft tyres, knowing now that Garfield will not be making another stop versus Techno that will be.
Sismith has just lost a few positions. I don't know if he spun out a little bit. But once I got back onto him, he was back racing again.
Ah, that's interesting. So maybe he just went off track for a little bit. Techno Thriller, the current championship leader in SFR, going past Garfield. He's currently around the inside. He's past him now. It's difficult to overtake through this corner because he now turns into the inside, going side by side up towards the second straight. And I think Techno's just got him.
I've just gone and watched this battle quickly. Blood and Sand on the softs and Nightwalker on the mediums. Nightwalker's getting closer and closer to Blood and Sand. And Blood and Sand has not pitted yet.
Oh, so Nightwalker having a little bit of an escapade off track there. Blood and Sand's getting out of his way. Oh, bit anticlimactic.
I was hoping to see a nice little battle there.
Same. Back on board with who are we going to look at? Let's have a look again at Garfield and Techno Thriller, who are having a pretty good battle. DJ Nanu goes fastest now on the soft tyres. Where is Nanu? He is currently 18th position, which is not brilliant for him. Bramovac is 2 seconds off. So what the SFR drivers could do now is hold station and just go for the points, or they can make it into a race.
Just the battle you was watching between Techno and Garfield. Just watch behind them because you've got Humbug, who I don't think's pitted yet.
No, he hasn't, from what I know.
And you've got M. Doran that's right behind him at the minute. I think he's on fresh mediums. I don't know when he pitted, but he's on fresh mediums.
He's not enjoying those tyres by the looks of it. Humbug is struggling. Humbug into the pits now.
Oh, no, no, he's not.
Isn't he not? Is he not?
No,
It
no,
looked
no,
like he
no.
was. I was going for the defensive line. M. Doran coming around the outside, going to swap onto Garfield's camera just so we can get a better angle. And we got... Oh, they're very close. Hardly a spit between them right now. M. Doran wanted to go round the outside again. And I think he's just got him coming down here. Who's got the better drag? Coming down into this corner, they break hard. And Humbug's got his nose in, but M. Doran just snaps the door shut.
I think that was also where Humbug's tyres are absolutely worn out.
Yeah, Humbug's tyres must be worn out. I believe if he goes onto the super softs now, he could possibly make it to the end. But he's got to play it off it. As long as he stays out of some battles now, he's got to play it off whatever Fletcher Boy does. Let's go down to Lee Nell, who's now very close to gaming things, who also has Ian close behind them. So these are all fighting for meaningless points, for no points whatsoever, sorry, once they get my teeth back in. Ian looking to make overtake on Lee now. There's no... Oh, they're very close. Lee having some issues through Sector 2, coming towards Lee on yellow fuel. Fletcher Boy's into the pits. Could you keep an eye on him and see what tyres he goes on to? Ian, who's on DRS range. Pardon?
And Chopper's in as well. Fletcher Boy's gone onto the medium tyres, and Chopper, and he's just going to, he's on medium. Oh no, wait, hang on, it's saying super soft now. Medium.
Let's have a look. But that all of this promotes Nightwalker up to 10th position. So Nightwalker, the man who started an absolute blast, is currently in 10th. He's past Chopper, and so is Blood and Sands. Chopper's now in 9th position. So,
at the minute, we have got 6 drivers that have not pitted yet. You've got the top 3, Ramavez coming to get you, and Ali Montine, and you've got Humbug, Nightwalk, and Blood and Sand. But what I was going to say, but before Chopper and
Fletch,
pitted, I was just going to bring up, when are they going to start trying the undercut? Because they were all on the same tyres. And now, obviously, Fletcher Boy and Chopper are going to try it. So it'd be interesting to see now when these top 3 head in.
It is interesting now. Garfield trying to once again get past Techno Thritter, can't do it. But Fletcher Boy now, the net first place is in there. I'm going to swap back down to once I remember who they are. Back down to Lee Nell and Ian Sandler. Sandler? I can't say his name, to be honest. Salida. I'm just going to call him Ian, to be honest. And they're coming down towards the DRS straight. Ram is in the pits, and so is coming to get you. This is interesting for both of them. So they're reacting to Fletcher Boy. So let's see. Let's go on board with Fletcher Boy and see where they come out with.
Ramavage is on the mediums. Coming to get you. Coming to get you on the mediums as well, and Ali Muntine's on the mediums as well, and Humbug's in as well.
The undercut right now from Fletcher Boy has caused him to go back up to 3rd position. So his strategy call was right, calling at that point. Ali Montine still in the pits for those medium tyres. Many shakearounds right now with Nightwalker now in 7th, sorry, behind the now newly pitted, coming to get you. But Ramavage is very close now. Who are we looking at?
Nightwalker's the only driver not to pit.
I mean, that's good. Adam Nightwalker can probably go to, I think, lap 15, 16 on those current tyres due to the fact that he started on fresh mediums, whatever. Now you see Ramavage now behind M. Doran again. He didn't enjoy being behind this Force India last time. He's got DRS. It's going to be interesting if he can make a call.
You out quickly.
Yep.
You might want to go up to the leaders because you've got Fletcher Boy and Garfield all over the back of Techno.
That's interesting.
When Techno put on them softs, but all I know is Techno's going to have to pit again, so Garfield will be in the lead with Fletcher Boy behind him.
Well, not for much longer, but looks like it'll be Fletcher Boy in the lead with Garfield behind him. If he can make a move into the final corner, a place where we haven't seen an overtake as of yet, he doesn't. He pulls out of that move. Fletcher Boy, contact between the two of them. Little bit of side pod versus wheel, but looks of it, that might have been Garfield coming off track and coming back on and making contact. I couldn't see from a brilliant camera angle I had.
As well.
Sector 2, there's been an issue in Sector 2. Can you have a look at that? I think it's Racing Podge having a spin. Coming down to turn 1, again, getting past. Going round the outside, coming onto this straight. Is Fletcher Boy got enough in him? He's currently just still behind him. Garfield got a much lighter setup than him. Much less drag on that car, so he's able to fly down the stretch. Oh, contact! And Fletcher Boy's out! Oh, no!
Just to cut you out quickly, if you want to quickly watch these battles, Ramovaj and M. Doran have been side by side for a little while.
They have, but that's shock horror. That is not brilliant. By the looks of it, that was just time and place. Fletcher Boy just lost. By the looks of it, lost. Oh, M. Doran riding those curbs quite a bit. By the looks of it, Fletcher Boy lost his lost traction following that Haas, slid across the track and hit the wall. I don't think there was any contact, so I don't think there'll be a trip to the stewards as of yet. It'll be interesting to see if Fletch messages me.
I wasn't watching it, so I don't know what happened, so I'm basically relying on you to tell me.
I get too excited doing this job. See, Nightwalker, he's a second behind Chopper. So this is going to add, that is our first retirement. It took us 14 laps to get to it. That is brilliant. It shows these guys are the top drivers from both leagues they've been in. Nightwalker now having got Ali Montine behind him. Within a second, but I'm not sure if Nightwalker's going to pit this lap. I'm predicting that he just might. And I think he'll go on the soft tyres to the end.
What's interesting as well, I've just been watching
No, he doesn't.
Ramovaj and M. Doran again. Because they're still getting closer to each other, and I think coming to get you is gaining on both of them as well.
Right, I'm going to jump down to our dear friend Humbug, who's currently in a battle with the Sauber. Back down to Ian, who's also number 10 on the car. I find it interesting when people have the same numbers on the cars. Obviously, number 10 being retired for 2018 due to Pierre Gasly using it, but that's not important right now, as Humbug goes for the overtake on the Sauber DRS, and he's pretty easy to overtake, though the fact that they both go deep. Little bit of a tag between the two of them, but I think that was as clean an overtake as we've got right now. Ian going for a quicker drag down there, but Humbug still holds on. Going to jump up to Rai Kimi now, who's hunting down Nightwalker, who's been passed by Ali Montine. Do apologise that we missed that. Nightwalker obviously starting on those tyres. They might be going off right now. I think it's time for him to pit.
You might want to go in a couple of seconds, watch Ramovaj, because I think down the pit straight he's going to get past Garfield. He's been gaining and gaining. Oh,
he's right up behind him. So this would knock the URL driver down into third position, which is a place that he would probably have been in fourth if Fletcher Boy hadn't have crashed out. Unfortunately, Fletcher Boy being the only retirement, Ramovaj making the overtake down there, running much less drag. Even with DRS, he's done it. But it's going to be interesting. He's left him for absolute dust coming up towards the straight where we've seen so many drivers go side by side. Going to jump back down to Ian once again as he's having a little battle again. Let me find out where they are on this thing because I don't know how to work it. That's Lee.
Right, that's just got past Nightwalker.
Yeah, so that proves that Nightwalker's tyres need to come off there. Ian struggling gamey things in the pits once again for the soft tyres. So he believes that he can go to the end on these tyres. Yeah, he's just stopped now for the soft tyres. That promotes Blood and Sands up. Ian Sendler. Ian, stop trying to say his last name. Ian now hunted down for 11th place right now. Nightwalker.
You're having a good go at trying to pronounce his last name. So.
I know. You know what? There's a Star Wars character named Hera Sandler. And she. I don't know. Maybe that's because I'm getting those two mixed up.
I'm just still keeping an eye on Nightwalker. He is still.
Yeah, I'm on board with him right now. He's doing fantastically from the end of the grid. I believe though it's time for him to swap out his tyres. So, Ian, I think.
I'm just wondering quickly.
Yeah.
Will Techno go back in again?
He has to. His tyres will not make it to the end.
I'm working it out. If Techno goes in, he's going to come out at this minute in P9.
That's interesting. Is he gonna have to stop again? Well, we know that his tyres won't make it to the end, but is he gonna risk it and just try it? It might be tight to do it. He might know something that we don't, because most of the drivers taking the mediums. Nightwalker is in the pits. Finally, he's in the pits. What tyre is he going on? He's going on the tyres as predicted. He'll go on these tyres. There seems to be the Force India guys employing a new technique of changing tyres by shoving them through their heads. That promotes Ian and Humbug past Nightwalker, but Nightwalker will be on the faster tyres. Luke Smileker is just Walker as well, and Blood and Sands. But do recall now that Nightwalker will be on the fastest tyres on the grid. See, our Ram, oh, little bit of a shove off there between the championship leader and the championship contender. That's interesting. I just caught the end of that, but Techno Thriller I think, just made contact with Ram, but now he's got to defend from Garfield. His tyres must be going off now. Look at that snap. He's going defensive early coming into the final corner. We haven't seen anyone attempt an overtake into the final corner as of yet. We've had a few looking there, but I think Techno's tyres are just going off. So it seems that we're gonna. He might pit in the coming laps.
I can see why a lot of drivers are not overtaking on the final corner, because you've got DRS, so you might as well.
Oh, and you see Garfield coming down. Not yet though. Techno taking the better line, showing why he's leading the championship.
One thing I've noticed as well, what you were saying, there a lot of people are not overtaking on that final corner, but even when they get down to a DRS, there's no real overtakes happening down there.
It seems that everyone's running such low drag. This is helping, but because of how low the drags are, it's creating more of a hindrance at this point. And to be honest, most of the drivers coming past with DRS have been in a 3-car battle, so they've also had DRS on the car ahead of them. Luke Smileker in the pits. Could you see what tyres he goes on? If you could, so please.
Yeah, no, at the minute.
Oh, contact between Techno Thriller and Garfield. Garfield ran into the back of him. I don't think there was any damage though.
I was watching Techno Thriller, but I've got it on TV pod, and what I was just about to say is quickly, Techno Thriller, he's going to have a little train behind him in a minute, 'cause he's got Garfield there, M. Doran there, and he's about to have Cummins Get You there as well. And if he carries on, Chopper could be in the mix.
He is, and this is obviously playing to the fact that his tyres are going off rapidly. We're on lap 18 out of 29, so if he pits now and goes on the super soft tyres, he can make it to the end. But it would drop him down to 9th place, so it's not viable to pit as of right now.
Your question, Luke Smilewalker's out on the mediums.
Oh, Techno's into the pits now. Is he going to break enough for the line? He does. He gets it done straight away. That promotes Garfield and Ebdoran into podium positions. And coming to get you down in 4th now.
And Chopper is out. Is Ali Muntin going to get past?
Yes, he is. Coming down now, M. Doran looking to overtake Garfield. Is he going to be given a message saying, "Don't overtake me, we can win it right now"? The question is,
in the pits.
That's Lee. I think he'll go onto the super soft tyres. Techno, is he on the soft tyres?
I'm just trying to find. Yeah, he's on the soft. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So see, he must not feel that he can go far enough on the super soft tyres.
Possibly, yeah.
See, oh, excuse me. M. Doran now trying to go for an overtake on Garfield. Now, judging by just roughly Nightwalker, a 3-second penalty. Unfortunately, that adds him up. But this shows that most of these drivers not having many penalties.
It does, and just one more thing I was going to bring up as well. You said it before this race started about 1 stop and 2 stops. The top 7 all have done a 1 stop as it stands.
It shows which is quicker. M. Doran looking to overtake, again having a nose into the final corner. That neon green helmet pokey around in that Force India. Looks disgusting, the same combination. Ooh, M. Doran into the pits. He must think his tyres aren't going to make it. That promotes coming to get you into 3rd position. That McLaren Nightwalker stop go penalty for severe collision with Blood and Sands. Oh, I wish we had replay cameras.
M. Doran's on super softs. I wouldn't. No, wait, it sounds confusing when it keeps changing tyres.
It does. Just stick with whatever it stays on at the end. So, Nightwalker there, apparently having a severe collision with Blood and Sands. 2 SFR drivers making collisions. We're not sure right now what happened there. We didn't see anything. I I'm inclined to believe that it might have been an unsafe return to the track, just from what I was saying. Nightwalker into the pits, broken wing though. So broken wing on the Force India, not on the McLaren. Oh, that's Nightwalker's race over. I don't think he'll be able to catch up with 9 laps to go. Right now, this is playing into the fact. By the looks of it, most of the guys in the top 10 right now are URL. So I believe...
I'm just about to work it out. You've got second, third, 5th, 6th, 8th and 10th all in there at the minute. You've got DG Nanu in 11th, who is outside of it.
So the championship, the man who has the champion sector 2, there's been an issue. Not sure what's happened there. I believe if we go down here, side by side, Luke Smarrock and Racing Podge, nothing major happening down there, except for the fact that they're overtaking each other.
Out on mediums and Nightwalker's out on super softs.
Yeah, Nightwalker must be going for the fastest lap. Garfield's in the pits. Ooh, I think he'll probably go on the super soft tyres, to be honest.
He's got a 5-second stop go to.
He does. That is a good shout. Let's have a look at him. Let's see. They are currently stopped. They've served the penalty, and he's out of the pits. Is he going to drop behind M. Doran? He does. Is he going to drop behind Ali Montine? He doesn't, as Ali Montine pits. Catch my breath. Ooh.
Humbug. Could Humbug get in front of Garfield? I'm just trying to...
Humbug will not get in front of Garfield. I don't believe so. No, Garfield is out on track now. Ian Sendler coming down for a 5-second stop-go penalty, making late pit stops. Most of these guys who are pitting now... Pardon?
DG Nanu's in as well.
The world champion is into the pits. Currently, our world champion is in 5th position, or currently the championship contender is in 5th position. The other championship contender leading the race with a 7-second gap between him and Coming to Get You. Nightwalker, 3-second stop-go penalty. Not stop-go penalty, 3-second time penalty. That makes 6 seconds between for him to be dropped down. Unfortunate for him. But where is he right now? He's currently in 18th position. He must be pushing hard. He must be going for the fastest lap. Ian is now close behind DJ Nanu. Let's just bring this up to Nanu.
That's good. That must be a little bit interesting there, because Ian must have had a 5-second stop-go, because I saw going into the pits, Ian was in front of Nanu.
Ooh, or because the either ends of the pit lane, aren't they? Sauber either end of the pit lane to Mercedes. It may have been that Sauber just had a worse stop than him. Going to jump on board with Techno Thriller, who's currently going to be attacking. If I can spectate him, thank you. Oh, I am spectating. He's attacking Rai Kimi for 4th position. This is going to be. Oh, contact, and I think that's a wing off. That's part of the wing off there for Techno Thriller, which is horrible to drive around these tracks with half a wing. See a little bit of damage just as you look on the left of the screen here on the Red Bull versus the Ferrari, who is currently 1-stopping from what I know.
I was watching somebody, but I forgot which driver it was now, because I just clicked the L2 button by an accident.
Well, then press R2 and you'll go back down to that driver. Now, this is going to bring M. Doran into the fight if Techno can't get past Raikkonen. Raikkonen appears to be demonstrating how much he can defend against these drivers. DJ Nanu now 10. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Is he going to stay there? He does. Techno Thriller, the championship contender in Speed Force Racing, stays behind the Ferrari. He's just going to pressure him coming around the corners. Nanu has got past Dismuster. I'm sorry we couldn't see that due to the fact. Yeah. So they're letting him pass, letting the world champion pass. This is getting very difficult to say which one of the championship contenders and which one aren't.
Ramovaj is in, he's on super softs.
Ramovaj into the pits. He's going to drop behind Techno Thriller and Raikkonen. Ian Sendler, again, another 3-second penalty. So you see coming down, you see Raikkonen has more drag, but the tyres are so different. See, there's Ramovaj as well. Garfield going fast lap. Oh, and Techno misses turn 1. Oh, he's pushing too hard. Must have got put off by. Oh, he's pushed M. Doran off as well. M. Doran's not going to be happy about that. He's just cleaning the tyres as best he can. But he must have got scared off the track by Ramovaj, who's on those super soft tyres, who has 6 laps to catch everyone else. Racing Podge getting out of the way as he is a lapped car right now. She's got to get out of the way of everyone here. Ramovaj has got 6 laps and
Oh, there's a
8
battle here.
seconds to get to the and a lot to get to the leader.
Ali Montini URL drivers has got past Blood and Sand and SFR driver for 10th place.
That brings him in. So right now, from what we just looking at it right now, it looks like URL will take the crown.
I'm just trying to work it out quickly. Let me just see how many drivers. So you've got 1st, 3rd, 6th, 7th, 10th.
Stretching your math capability.
I think so far you might be. I think URL just winning it by.
There's going to be definitely a few points in it, aren't there?
Yeah.
I think, and currently the only retirement. Oh, Raikkonen into the pits now. He's not happy with his medium tyres, so the medium runners all converting to 2-stop races.
Except 2 drivers.
Chopper and coming to get you.
But there is a few more drivers that have done a 1-stop, because you've got Humbug still done a 1-stop and Blood and Sand that's done a 1-stop.
Where's Humbug right now? I can't see him. He's 8th, yeah. Is he going to make it past Raikkonen? He does make it past Raikkonen. So all of these drivers making it. Most of the 1-stop drivers converting it to a 1-stop strategy, 2-stop strategy, sorry, which is interesting. But then the 1-stop runners are not getting as much of an undertake as they assumed they were going to get. Doran trying to size up a move on Techno Thriller, who got scared off the track, I believe, by Ramovaj coming out the pits. Didn't think he was going to make a move down the inside, missed his braking zone and just went straight on. Doran, who got a little bit knocked off the track by the championship contender in Speed Force Racing. But nothing major. I don't know if the stewards will be involved in this. But Nightwalker is now a second behind Gaming Things, but plus all of his penalties. I'd go down and check on him. But as the light starts to fade here at Bahrain, coming into the 25th lap out of 29, we've got Doran looking for a move. Little bit of contact there coming into the final corner. I think just a nudge. Nothing that's going to put him into penalty contentions. It's coming down. Doran's got the faster car already. He's coming down. Is he going to make it past? I've got a horrible switch between 2 cameras there. But he's there. They've gone wide from each other. Doran giving him space. And Doran showing him the door. Showing it and then closing it. Knowing that he's going to beat him due to the front wing damage currently on Techno Thriller's car.
And Garfield is catching up to Techno Thriller as well.
That's interesting. Got to stay on board with these guys as they are the closest battle we currently have on track. Garfield is a second, 1.2 seconds behind right now. 1 second behind right now, but I don't think he's going to get too close unless there's another mistake. He might make it quicker because he's on the faster tyres right now. Racing Podge, another 3-second penalty from Racing Podge. But coming down into this tyre, you can see Techno Thriller's rear tyre looks wrecked. You see that line of wear just past the Pirelli on the inside. He's looking pretty out of shape. He's got a broken wing, his tyres are starting to struggle, and he's not going to enjoy these covers. That's Raikkonen and Humbug going side by side. Raikkonen gone off track. Humbug's in the wall. Humbug's broken his wing. And with 4 laps to go, it shows that Humbug is going to have to make another stop with his broken wing.
I don't think he broke his wing. I think he just missed it.
Oh, that's an interesting shout. I'd have a look right now, but Garfield is currently on the back of the championship contender in Speed Force Racing, Techno Thriller. Techno Thriller is going to have to defend like hell as he's on the super soft tyres. Here comes Garfield. He's looking down the inside. He's made a move. Oh, Techno makes another move. He's able just to defend. I think no contact there. Just fine. Techno cutting the corner a little bit. Probably a warning there. Coming down towards the fast, coming down here. Side by side, not side by side, so close together. Garfield looking, he's going around the long way round, but doesn't make it round, doesn't risk it. They were very close there.
Yeah, I think Techno's back left tyre nearly caught Garfield's front wing there.
Yeah, we had a lovely shot for it. Going round the outside. I'm on board now on the T-cam of Garfield. He's squeezing, he's pushing his way through, but I think he's just got past Techno Thriller. He has, and Techno Thriller, the world champ. Oh, cut the corner a little bit there. Oh, you know what? I think Techno should hand back that position due to the fact that he cut the corner.
Yeah, I think he should do as well.
He
It'd be
should,
good
because he cut that
sportsmanship for doing
corner.
that.
Though I am a Speed Force racer, I've also raced in URL, and I know for a fact that Garfield won't be happy with that. But Techno, from a different point of view, he should hand back that position right now. But he's not going to, so Garfield's going to have to get past him. That'll be one for the stewards, because I do think he cut the corner to gain time. Coming down again to the start-finish straight. Techno going defensive early, not defensive enough. Little bit of lag coming off Techno's car. Looking a little bit like a train chugging along. Garfield going for the outside line, going round the outside, cutting to the outboard shot. Techno he's squeezed him, but he's got past him. That shows that Techno's tyres have just gone off that little bit too much. See there now, Ramovaj is within a second. He's got it down to within a second of second place. This is interesting. Can he get past the one-stopping chopper without causing any damage to the car? I mean, theoretically, you should be able to, seeing he's on the fastest tyres and he's gone out for the less time. So Chopper is going to have to make it over. He's going to have to defend.
If you was Chopper, would you just let him through, just see if he can try and catch up to coming to get you?
I would let him through, because thinking on the team side of things, obviously 10 of the drivers being in Speed Force Racing, 9 of them being in URL, the idea is whichever drivers score the most points. See, Chopper, what are they doing? He's weaving behind him, but he's let him through. That might be due to, I believe they were probably in a party chat together, and they probably said, right, I can catch him, I'm quicker. So I don't know what those codes were. I'm gonna drop down to Blood and Sands, show someone else different, because he's very close to DJ Nanu right now. DJ Nanu on the super soft tyres.
DJ Nanu just got past Blood and Sands.
Oh, did he? I do apologise.
Yeah.
Ali Montine in 10th position. Let's run through the top 10 as we look at Lee now over having a little bit of a lockup. Coming to get you, leading the way in first position. Ramovaj in second. Chopper in third. M. Doran in fourth. Garfield in fifth, closely followed, by 2 seconds away is Techno Thriller. Blood and Sands getting a 3-second time penalty, but that doesn't matter right now. 7th place is Rai Kimi, 8th place is Humbug, 9th place Lee Now, and 10th place is Ali Montine. Outside of the top 10 is Sector 2. Let's have a nose. What's happening down there? Oh! That's just Mr. in the gravel. He's retired from the session. Now, in Season 2 of Speed Force, that would be unacceptable to do that, but this isn't Season 2. This is just the one-off race between two drivers, between two leagues, so that promotes Nightwalker up to 16th position. Who are we looking at there? That's Fletcher Boy. Let's not look at him. Just Muster has left the session.
I've just watched him Ramovaj for a minute, because just before lap 28 started, I think it was 4.9 seconds. It's now down to 3.2.
Oh, this is interesting. Coming to get used tyres. There's a lot of wear on his left front tyre, from what I can see. Let's have a look at his rears. Little lock up there on the inside. Can coming to get you hold off for another win in Speed Force for winning the two league battle. Yeah, he's very close. He's gained, I think that's nearly a second there. So this is going to be interesting to see if Ram can gain it. But the thing is, he's going to gain it and he's going to pass him. In one lap, in half a lap, he's going to pass him and defend. I don't think he can do it.
I don't know.
This is such intense racing here between two great drivers. The championship contenders on both sides, actually. Coming to get you, only just managing to miss out on the championship in URL. I believe he's been a champion 3 other times in URL. See Ram just poking the curb there. He's ripping that car apart. He wants to get past him. Coming down towards the back straight. I don't think he's going to do it yet. It's 1.7 gap. He's no way he can do it unless there's an engine failure. Sector 2 Racing Pod is gone.
You know what would have been interesting? Ramovaj stuck behind Chopper for near that final sector, that may have just cost Ramovac a chance of winning this race.
That may have done it. But coming down to win, DJ Nano getting a 3-second penalty, but it doesn't matter because coming to get you for URL has won this Grand Prix, and only 1.2 seconds behind was Ramovac. Chopper coming third. So right now,
fourth, Garfield
Duran
fifth.
fourth, yes. Garfield fifth. Techno Thriller coming down.
Sixth.
Techno Thriller's broken and bruised Red Bull. Raikimi now coming down towards the
seventh.
yeah. Lee now,
Yeah,
3-second warning. He's currently in 9th, but he's following Humbug pretty closely. But he's being followed by Ali Montine. Ali Montine is going to pass Lee now on penalties.
Ooh.
That's going to be interesting to see if the stewards are going to have to take away some penalties. I don't believe they will do due to these being probably corner cuts. So that's all of the top 10 finishers. DJ Nanu, the man who won the championship in URL, coming down in 11th position. Not a brilliant race for him. Blood and Sands keeping it clean. He's weaving a bit, just happy to finish.
Jamie Things 14th and Luke Smilewalker in 15th. But they still have a nice little battle, even though they're not going to be in the points.
They're definitely not. It's going to be interesting to see if Smilewalker makes one last move coming into the final corner. I don't think he will because he's a little bit too far back. But he so that's 13th, that's 14th and 15th sorted out. And following round, Nightwalker finishing where he started in the bottom of the pack, but not last place due to 2 drivers not finishing. 3 drivers not finishing, sorry. The drivers not finishing are Racing Podge, Zusmuster, and Fletcher Boy, who crashed out in dramatic fashion. But here's the podium. The podium, obviously, once it loads, is going to be that's coming to get you very happy. But he's not going to be happy that there's 2 SFR drivers right next to him on the podium. So it's going to be one down to the maths now to see who's won the actual event. But you see a Williams, a Haas, and a McLaren. 3 that I don't think we'll be seeing in 2018 on the podium.
And do you want me to try and work this out or not?
You know what? Let's leave it. Let's leave it so people have to look at the Facebook pages. But you see that Garfield had a 5 seconds penalty. So that ends it out. You see the top 10 there, all written out. We've been through that before. DJ Nanu just missing out with that penalty, just missing out with the top 10. Blood and Sands as well. Ian, Gamey, Luke, Lightwalker, and the last drivers not to finish are Fletcher Boy, Zusmuster, and Racing Podge, who all left the session. Racing Podge with 8 seconds worth of penalties. So, shall we do a podium interview? Let's invite the other 3. Do it top 3.
Who were they again? I forgot who they were.
It was Ramovac, Chopper, and Coming to Get You.
That's it.
So while John does that, as he's party master, I'm just going to put a little plug to both the URL and to both leagues, 2 new confirmed leagues in Speed Force. If you haven't looked at the Facebook, see the confirmed leagues. We have the Premier Division and GP2, Premier semi-assists, and the GP2 season, which is going to be full assists.
They've been invited. They
have been invited, which is going to be brilliant. So you can follow Speed Force Racing on every platform known to man, being on Twitter as Speed Force Racing, on Instagram Speed Force. Can you do it? On Facebook we got Speed Force Racing PS4. Look us up if you want to have a race. Hopefully we'll do more of these league versus league events. We can just see Mark has joined us. Chopper, how are you doing, mate? Yeah, it's brilliant. Coming to get you joining in the race winner, coming to join us too. Let's see if Ramovac comes in as well. Hopefully Ram does join us. But while we're waiting for Ram, shall we just go to Coming to Get You quickly? Or hope that someone's connected to their mic. Ramovac has joined us, so that's brilliant.
Good evening, good evening.
Hello. Right, let's start with coming to get you. Dave, you're back on the top.
Yeah, that was fun. This was, do you know, I only had notice an hour and a half before this event that someone needed replacing. I hadn't even practiced.
And you go out and win it. So that shows how strong you are as a driver. No practice, just goes out and win it.
Well, yeah, besides that, you know the situation. I've recovered with my healing. Won't go into detail, so I'm a lot more comfortable behind the wheel. So it was a good race. It was nice to have Ram chasing me down, but yeah, it was a good race, and I'd like to congratulate all Speed Force and URL drivers because it looked like a very eventful event.
It definitely was. So just go on the strategy. You one-stopped it. Did you have any inkling to want to do a two-stop at all?
No, literally, as I said, it was an hour and a half before I jumped on qualifying, quick race, give it a go, went, that'll do, and just said watch my tyre wear and always start on the softs, and if I could get to the mediums, then I had a feeling with the pace these guys were going at as well, they were pushing the tyres harder than they should have, in my view as well, so just sit comfortable and enjoy it, because everybody two-stopped, I think, bar me. So.
Yeah, everyone did do a two-stop. Just going off the questions for a quick second, I've just received a message. URL have been confirmed to have won this event. So congratulations, Dave. Congratulations to all of URL. Commiserations to SFR.
Hey, it's the points are the bonus. It's the racing that's the good bit, guys. So, yeah.
So, John, any questions for Dave quickly?
No, you asked the question about if he was going to do a two-stop or one stop.
Oh, I tell you what, I've just thought of one. Dave, do you reckon, given another lap, you could have defended from Ram?
Yeah, I kept a little bit of fuel because in the last, from about lap 4 till the penultimate lap, I was just saving fuel just in case he got there, so I could let rip him rich down the straights because the car was set up for straight line speed. So yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to our second place man, Ram. Mate, good race from you.
Yeah, thank you and congrats to Dave and to URL and to everyone. Yeah, I think it was pretty fun.
It definitely was. So you two stopped, am I correct?
Yeah, I do stop because I thought the mediums were just not able to go to the end, so that was my mistake.
Well, it wasn't really a mistake, let's say that. I think given another lap, I'm going to revert the question again. Another lap, could you have got Dave?
Yeah, I think.
John, any questions?
Yeah, got obviously being stuck behind Chopper near the end, I don't think it helped you. But it's not really a question about the race, but it's a question, just a basic question. What was your thoughts racing alongside different drivers that you've never seen competed before?
Well, is this question to me?
Yeah, to you.
Yeah, well, racing is racing, so you want to get further up the field and to win races. So, for the first time, I think I rely on everyone to give me a fair battle. So I'm not afraid of new guys or unknown situations at all.
Fair enough.
That's fair enough. Right, so moving on to third place man, Chopper, mate, good drive. You managed to get yourself high up the grid. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I made up, mate. Third place is the standard of drivers that are out there. I'm absolutely over the moon. One stop worked as well. I thought I'd be pushing it at the end on the mediums, but to be honest, they were comfortable at the end.
Yeah. John, any questions for Mark?
Was it always your plan to do a one stop, or would you think about doing a two stop?
Before the race, I was torn about what was quicker, the one stop or the two stop. I figured without the extra pit stop, the one stop would be quicker. But with Ram catching me at the rate that he was, I thought it was best to just let him pass and try and catch Dave down.
Okay. So, just a question I've thought up for all drivers. We'll answer it in podium position. So, Dave first, then Ram, then you, Mark. Would you want to compete at another one of these events, and what track would you want it to be at?
Yeah, I think an event like this is good because it challenges the drivers from each league and it's a bit different. Track-wise, I think I don't know, maybe something a bit more quicker, like a Spa or something a bit wider, so might make it a bit more entertaining and a bit more adventurous for the drivers.
Okay. Ram?
Well, yeah, I agree. It's pretty fun. So yeah, but yeah, track wise, like Spa, it's a pretty good track and it's pretty wide. Also Monza, you're gonna have a lot of overtaking down there. So yeah.
And Mark?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is a great success, to be honest, between the two leagues. And I would like to race at Baku next.
Okay. And we'll bring it to John. John, where would you want to next qualify if we did another SFR versus URL?
To be harsh on the drivers, I'd say Monaco.
That's a nice one. See, now I would say Silverstone to see if the weather would play a factor into it, because we played very safe with the race choices today for this one. But I think a nice bit of wet weather would be fun for this event.
I think every driver's going to hate you now for saying Monaco.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah. You better run out of the paddock quickly before they find you.
All I've got to say is if it does happen at Monaco, have plenty of front wings brought with you.
Most definitely. All right, so congratulations to all three of you guys. Well done for ending on the podium. Well done to URL again for winning this event. But Speed Force, you put up a good crack of a fight.
All right, miss. Thank you.
Thank you guys. And good job. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Good event.
See
See
you
if we
guys.
can level it up next time, guys.
All right. So what's next on Speed Force Racing? From what I know, it's a league race around Brazil on Wednesday, which should be a pretty good race. Weather depending, could be a lovely bit of rain, which I would quite enjoy, and hopefully you'll see some overtakes from me. John, what are you looking forward to in Brazil?
I'm just basically looking forward to, like what you just said, just good racing, and hopefully we might have a bit of rain would be nice.
Yeah, I'd like a bit of rain too, but that's because I'm driving it. So, yeah, this has been Speed Force Racing's URL versus SFR, URL being the victors, as I've mentioned about 4 times in the last 5 seconds. This has been a brilliant event. I've been Lord JB13. Thank you for watching, and thank you for any of the comments, which unfortunately I've not seen. John, any last thoughts?
Yeah, no, just thanks to all the drivers that competed tonight. Enjoyed it really well. It was good to see 2 leagues up against each other, and hopefully we might see another one. And like what you said about 4 times in a row, well, congratulations to URL, and I'm also just going to say congratulations to Speed Force as well, because I think it doesn't matter who won at the end of the day. I think all the drivers taken part, they've all deserved it.
Okay, right. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.